Let's get right in and slap that like. Just quickly, after Rachel put Morgan, Mickey, and Vince on the block, let's start with Friday night post-nominations. It was kind of wild to watch a whole bunch of strange people. Thus in the house, Ashley, Morgan, and Mickey were lying, denying, plotting, and engaging in some small-scale behavior. For those of you who have forgotten, during week 5, Mickey and Morgan couldn't stop talking about Rachel. If they or someone they controlled won the head of household this week, they had every intention of putting her on the block. However, the HOH contest, a memory test based on a house's rooms and contents, was won by Miss Rachel Rylie. Notably, Rachel made her NOM choices approximately an hour prior to the ceremony commencing, which is quite typical, when she was called to the DR on Friday. At the 11th hour, Mickey showed up in Rachel's HOH room to make a somewhat forceful argument after she was called to the DR, and then before the ceremony. She was attempting to keep herself off the block, and she did shed some crocodile tears. It was a fatal comp plea at that time. Mickey was upset after the nomination because she thought Rachel didn't even listen to her, said some hurtful things, and kept bringing up Rachel's family. Why? In any case, Mickey delayed for too long. The nominations had already been made in the DR, and several people had been up there chatting to Rachel. It's common knowledge that Mickey has been HOH. She took one. She understands how it operates, After the nominations, Ashley and Rachel went upstairs, where Ashley lied extensively in an attempt to persuade Rachel not to target Mickey for eviction. In order to utilize the veto and remove Mickey from the block, Ashley even asked Rachel if she had won it. Insane. Why? Ashley also made it apparent that Rachel would become a target the next week as a result of her nominations. Thus, lawyer Ashley's argument was weak. She was merely restating that Rachel had chosen the appropriate individuals to be on the block. Ashley also made up the story that Mickey was never aiming for Rachel. Fat lies. Morgan swore that she just informed Rachel. She told Lauren that she would nominate Rachel while she was complaining to Will. All week long, they were discussing Rachel in a careless manner. Morgan is therefore positive that only Lauren could have told Rachel and blabbed to her. Morgan then became even more irrational as she obviously knew Zach was more attracted to Lauren than to her. For a time now, Morgan has been incredibly envious of Lauren, and has been basically unhappy with her simply for being attractive and alive. Morgan began to gripe on Friday night that Lauren ought to have cast her ballot to preserve Zach. She was making fun of her. Please pardon me. Morgan was the one who organized the votes to save Vince and eliminate Zach in addition to voting to do so, as though she played a significant role in the endeavor to get her crush out of the house. At that moment, Morgan, I was thinking, maybe she's really crazy. It's possible that she's following her own lead. The toothbrush incident followed, which gave me more proof of the truth. Zach was therefore dispatched on Thursday evening. Morgan was in the bathroom on Friday, gazing at Zach's toothbrush resting on the small shelf. The live feeds men zoomed in on the toothbrush while Morgan was completely engrossed. This is a picture of it. She had a complete obsession. The bathroom was then being cleaned by someone in the house between Friday night and Saturday morning. I'm not sure if it was Rachel or someone else. Additionally, they did something that really set Morgan off. She discovered it was gone this morning. On the live streams. Wait, why did someone throw Zach's toothbrush away? Morgan asks as she proics and peers down into the trash bin. Morgan took Zach's used manky toothbrush from the garbage and saved it, even though I don't think he wants it. People are now pledging to refer to Morgan as Brush for the remainder of this summer in order to pull Zach's brush out of the trash, thanks to the X hashtag for BB27. Morgan is in the clinger stage 5. Usually just stage 3 is involved. She seems to have intensified it. I guarantee that when Zach answers the door in Carterville, Georgia, Morgan will be there and say, "Hey Zach, I know you left your toothbrush for me to find." Morgan then introduces herself to his parents, Similar to Fatal Attraction, she is cooking Zach's pet bunny. Normal stuff, Zach lives just 30 minutes north of the ATL on I-75, so that's something to consider if Morgan travels to Atlanta to see Mickey, as they have discussed. That's exactly where I am. I was raised close by. Thus, if Zach is astute, He will utilize the live feed footage of Margan dumpster diving to get his toothbrush as evidence that he requires a proactive restraining order in the interim until Margan is evicted. Okay folks, let's discuss veto. We had nominations Vince, Mickey and Margan in addition to HOH, Rachel representing the golden power of veto. Lauren and Will were selected during the player draw. Who do you think won the POV? Lauren left with the medal after it was OTV. On Friday night, Vince was sort of pushing Lauren as the Riam. He took full responsibility for that. Vince came very close to getting her to use it on him today after she had won. It was entertaining to witness Margan and Vince have a mutual meltdown following the POV competition. Lauren told Catherine in a whisper that she would not use the POV at all as soon as she had gained it. Furthermore, Rachel is very opposed to Lauren exercising that veto. Practically speaking, Lauren would be better off not utilizing it because one of her allies might be the Renom. I'm going to follow Lauren around like a puppy for the next 2 days, Rachel informed Keanu on Saturday. Like, I'm going to interrupt her in every conversation. Keanu responds, good strategy. Lauren, on the other hand, is no idiot. She informed Vince that during the OTV competition, as they waited for the next question, Mickey leaned over and advised Lauren to simply throw the comp if she intended to use the veto. Lauren also informed Mickey that she would not throw OTV. Vince then played the hero and claimed he didn't tell Lauren that because he didn't think it was appropriate after telling her that Mickey and Margan were attempting to persuade him to convince Lauren to toss the veto. Additionally, Vince told Lauren that Keanu had assured him that if someone had come down, Lauren would have been the Riam. Thus, in that same conversation, Vince added, "Those two are the targets," after spilling a little tea and putting Mickey and Margan under the bus. He continued, "Rachel won't piss off Rylie and Catherine using Thema's pawns. Ava, Ashley, and Will are essentially left out of the discussion of potential renoms. In any case, Lauren is safe. Keanu wants Lauren to use it on him," Vince then informed her. Vince claims that Keanu suggested that he tell Lauren not to use it in order to persuade her that using it would be in her best interests. Thus, Vince is engaging in reverse psychology akin to double deep gas. I have no idea what it is. Lauren would be better off simply staying out of it, and not using the veto in the end. Let things happen as they will. Furthermore, Rachel will be on her like a barnacle if she doesn't use it. I have some weird information for you guys on how two house guests, guess who they are, harassed Kelly in the house on Friday and Saturday. Let me offer you a clue. Both of them are currently on the block. I'll include that in my Sunday update, because I don't want this video to be too long. Don't forget to check back. I appreciate your devotion as a listener. Don't miss the next episode, so follow us wherever you get your podcast. Soap Dirt is available on all of the main podcasting services, such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and others.